I've taken thousands of trades, tested countless indicators, and spent years trying to simplify my trading as much as possible. And after all that, there are only two indicators that I still use every single day that helps me make consistent profits and keeps me out of losing trades. In today's video, I'm gonna break down step by step my complete setup of these indicators, show you exactly how I use these indicators together, and then give you the entire strategy from start to finish. Then I'll show you real live examples so you can see exactly how to execute this in real time. Let's get into it. In today's video, I'm going to go over the two indicators that I still use intraday. And these are very powerful indicators that you can use and implement into your trading today to help improve your trading results. And as you can see, this is my month to date P&L. And for the month of May, I'm up over $60,000 for the first 2 weeks of trading. What I want to mention here is that I've been trading for the past 7 years and I lost for years in the markets until I was able to develop a consistent edge and a repeatable system. And in today's video, the goal is to help you identify a clear, simple setup on the lower timeframes. You'll learn one trading setup that is repeatable and mechanical. You'll be able to understand how to identify momentum opportunities using these two indicators and how to execute trades with clarity and consistency. So with that being said, let's talk about exactly what these two indicators are, and then we're going to go on to exactly how to set up these indicators and then go on to some examples on the charts in real time. So as you can see, what we have here is a clear uptrend in the markets. So as you know, what we want to do is trade in trending markets. We want to trade in an uptrend, we want to trade in a downtrend. Where we don't want to be trading in is what's called consolidation. As you can see right here, what we have is a clear uptrend in the charts. As you can see, we're making higher highs, higher lows, we're making higher highs, and we're continuing to push towards the upside. Given this chart right here, we can see based off the market structure, we're in a clear uptrend. But what can we do and what indicators can we have in our charts to identify how clear of an uptrend we are intraday? And there are two indicators that we can use. Number one is the 9 EMA, which is the 9-period exponential moving average. This basically takes the average of the last 9 candles. This basically takes the last 9 candles and calculates the average, and it's plotted as a line on the charts. Next, what we have is VWAP. VWAP is volume weighted average price. This combines volume along with the average price to give us a good indication of where we're at intraday. A good rule of thumb is that when we're in a clear uptrend, if we're above the 9 EMA or above VWAP, that means we are very bullish on the day. If we're below the 9 EMA and still above VWAP, that means we're relatively bullish. We're not in a super clear uptrend and there's not a lot of momentum in the markets, but we're still bullish. So what we're talking about here is strictly for momentum trades. The best moves in the markets are going to come when price is above the 9 EMA along with VWAP. And the same thing can be applied to the downside. When we're in a clear downtrend, as you can see right here, what we're creating is lower lows along with lower highs, and we're pushing towards the downside. But what really creates a downtrend? Obviously market structure, but what else can we add onto our charts? The exact same thing. We have the 9 EMA. If we're underneath the 9 EMA, this is one of the most bearish signals that price is going to continue lower. What we also have is VWAP. So in this case, you can see we're both underneath VWAP and the 9 EMA. So that means price is in a clear downtrend. A good rule of thumb is when price is below the 9 EMA along with below VWAP, that means we are very bearish. If we're above the 9 EMA and still below VWAP, that means we're bearish, but not as bearish. So if we're both underneath the 9 along with VWAP, that means there's going to be the best opportunity that price is going to continue lower. So what is the 9 EMA, otherwise known as the 9 exponential moving average? It's basically a short-term moving average that tracks price very closely, best used for momentum trading. We can use this on the higher time frames, and of course we can use this intraday. VWAP is what's called volume weighted average price, an intraday indicator that shows the average price of a stock based on both price and volume throughout the trading day. So this is strictly an indicator used for intraday trading. The 9 EMA you can use on the higher time frames, and you can use this on the 9 EMA as well, depending on what time frame you're on. And this is best used for identifying trend direction, key support/resistance levels, and institutional buying or selling pressure. In an uptrend, what would we like to see? We'd like to see price stay above VWAP in the 9 EMA. VWAP confirms overall strength. The 9 EMA acts as short-term support. What we want to see in this case is pullbacks near VWAP, which is high probability zones, and strong trends when price respects both indicators. When we're above the 9 and we're above VWAP, we're expecting a clear uptrend. In a downtrend, price stays below VWAP in the 9 EMA. VWAP confirms overall weakness. 9 EMA acts as short-term resistance, and pullbacks into those key indicators are going to be potential shorting opportunities. And in a strong downtrend, price struggles to reclaim either level. And some common mistakes that we have when trading these indicators: number one, taking trades against VWAP. When we're above our VWAP, a good rule of thumb is to not short. When we're below VWAP, a good rule of thumb is to not long. This is specifically for intraday trades. Blindly buying/selling every touch of the 9 EMA using a setup in choppy market conditions with no trends. I think this is very important just because these are intraday indicators and we're looking at these and focusing them on the lower time frames doesn't mean that we don't have to take into account the higher time frames, because the higher time frames always hold more power. And then finally, ignoring volume/overall market structure, which also combines in with, as I mentioned, the higher time frames. So with that being said, let's talk about some of the 3 setups that I like to use using the 9 EMA along with VWAP. Number one, the 9 EMA retest, one of my personal favorites, looking for that continuation towards the upside or the downside. Next, what we have is the 9 EMA and VWAP crossover. This is when we have a potential shift in momentum. When the 2 indicators cross one another, that's a good sign that we're going to have potential reversal in the markets. And third, which is the VWAP reclaim. What I like to see is buyers step in above VWAP for a push towards the upside, or of course a breakdown, which is the opposite of a reclaim. Now with this being said, let's hop straight into the charts. I'll show you exactly how to set up these indicators and how we can use them in our trading. So as you can see right here, I'm on the trading view charts, and the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is exactly how to set up the indicators. So what you want to do is go onto this indicators tab, which is in the top left hand corner. Once we click on the indicators, we want to come down into the search function. It is under the built-in on the technicals. What we can search up here is EMA. And as you can see, we have the moving average exponential. Once we click this, you can see that there's a line popped up on our charts. We can also type in as well, volume weighted average price. And once you type in volume, you'll see it pop up here. What we want to do is click on the volume weighted average price. And as you can see, there are a few lines here on our charts. So as you can see, this is the default setting of what the chart is going to look like. Now we can customize some of the settings that we have. We can go on to the top left hand, click the drop down, and what we want to do is customize VWAP. So as you can see right here, there's a couple things on the charts. All we want is the actual VWAP in itself. We don't want the upper bands or the lower bands. So we can get rid of all 3 of these. And now it's just going to be a line on each chart. I personally like to have VWAP the colored purple, and now we can click OK. And for the EMA, we can change this to a different color if we'd like, and it's already inputted on the default setting, which the length is in this case 9. So we have now our VWAP plus the 9 EMA. And as you can see on the charts, I mentioned earlier, when price is above the VWAP and the 9 EMA, that's a good sign of bullish momentum. You can see once we have kind of the crossover here earlier into the session, the markets start having a nice rally towards the upside. You can see we have a really big push towards the highs here on Qualcomm. Once we get back underneath the 9 EMA, we're still bullish. We have a nice little bounce, but once we cross back over, you can clearly see the momentum starts to shift towards the downside. So this is a very basic understanding of exactly how to use these indicators on the charts. As I mentioned earlier, above VWAP, above the 9 EMA, the best moves happen towards the upside. Below the 9 EMA, below VWAP, that's when we're going to have some nice moves towards the downside. A great rule of thumb is to trade this in trending markets. When the markets are consolidating, that's a good sign to be a little bit more patient and you don't want to trade the chop. So with this being said, let's go on to some examples that I have for us today. As you can see, we're on our first example here on Qualcomm. As you can see, with the daily time frame shaping up, we have a super nice push towards the upside. Now we're having this pullback down in towards this 9 EMA, and we have some nice buyers that stepped in, showing some potential momentum back towards the upside here on Qualcomm. Now, if we go back onto the lower time frames, the key levels that we can have marked out coming into market open, of course, is going to be that previous day highs. Now, if we can maintain above our previous day highs, we're going to see this pushback towards the upside. So this is the exact level that we can have marked out, and now we can go on to the lower time frames. As you can see, within the first 5 minutes of market open, we're having a super solid push towards the upside. A lot of buyers are stepping in right off that previous day highs, indicating that this ticker is very bullish on the day. Now what we can do is mark out that 5-minute range high, and we can go on to the 1-minute time frame. Since we understand that the markets are very bullish, every single time frame is basically aligning for markets to move higher. What we want to see now is a potential 5-minute range retest or any sort of pullback on Qualcomm to take this long towards the upside. So as you can see right here on Qualcomm, we have that nice push towards the upside. Now we're coming back down to retest a very key level. In this case, we have our 5-minute range high. We also have this 9 EMA lingering here as well. So let's see if any buyers can step up for a potential pushback towards the highs. As you can see right here, nice buyer stepping in right off that 5-minute range high. We're getting that candle confirmation here as well, closing back above this 9 EMA. So this is exactly where we can go look long. Stop is going to be a break underneath this 5-minute range high. And what we can look to target is a high of day move plus a 1 to 2 back towards the upside. Now we can play out the tape. And as you can see, we had a really nice move right off that 5-minute range high. We're above VWAP, we're above the 9 EMA, and now you can see a nice push right up in towards high of day and above. So this was a great example of using of not only the higher time frame buys, intraday we're above VWAP, above the 9 EMA, so that's a good sign that we're looking for continuation towards the upside. With that being said, let's go on to the next example that I have for us today. All right, so the next example that I have for us today here is on Nvidia. We recently had earnings, and the earnings reaction is fairly neutral. As you can see, the day after, we have a nice pop up in towards our earnings high, rejection, and now we're consolidating right in between the earnings high and low. So we're fairly neutral coming into market open. If you do want to see longs, I'd like to see it above our previous day highs. Shorts are in play underneath our previous day lows for a potential move down in towards our earnings low. So what we can have marked out is our previous day highs. We can have marked out our previous day lows, and now we can go on to the lower time frames. So as you can see, within the first 20 minutes of market open, we're starting to see this nice push towards the downside here on Nvidia. Now we can go on to the 1-minute time frame. So as you can see right here, we're on the lower time frames. We have that VWAP and 9 EMA crossover, and we're starting to see a little bit more weaker price action. For me personally, for confirmation, I like to see it either underneath our 5-minute range low or now underneath our previous day lows for continuation towards the downside. Now let's keep playing out the tape. As you can see so far, we end up having a nice rejection here right off that 5-minute range low, plus this 9 EMA as well. This could be a possible entry off our 5-minute range low for continuation towards the downside. We can also be looking for this previous day low retest here as well. As you can see, perfect rejection right off that 9 EMA once again, and that previous day lows. This is exactly where we can go looking short with the stop loss just a break above, and now we can look for continuation towards the downside, targeting a 1 to 2 fixed risk to reward ratio. Now let's play out the tape. And as you can see right there, perfect rejections right off that 9 EMA, along with our previous day lows for this nice push right down in towards our take profit. Now with this being said, let's go on to the next example that we have for us today. So the next example that we have for us today is on Intel. You can see Intel moving nicely towards the upside. This is our first major pullback here on the daily time frame. And so far you can see some nice buyers are stepping in here on Intel. And now we're looking for this pushback towards the upside. If we go onto the lower time frames, the key levels that we're going to have marked out is of course going to be our previous day highs. If we can maintain above our previous day highs, we can be looking for a push up in towards our high that we created 2 days ago, and of course above on the higher time frame charts. So what we can have marked out is our 119, and now we can go on to the lower time frames. So as you can see right here on Intel, we're right around our previous day highs. So the higher time frames is bullish, but intraday, as you can see, we're currently underneath VWAP along the 90 MA. So we'd much rather be a little bit more patient on longs and wait for the flip back above the 90 MA along with VWAP if we do want to take price back towards the upside. So as you can see right here, we're now starting to see some nice buyers here off our previous day lows. If we're looking at this on the 5 minute time frame, we're starting to flip back above VWAP along with this 9 EMA. This is where I personally went in long. This was the VWAP reclaim here on Intel. Entered in, stop loss with the break underneath this candle low, looking to target high of day plus continuation back towards the upside. And as you can see, immediately gets stopped out here on the next candle on Intel, invalidating this intraday setup so far. Intel, as you can see, reclaiming once again above VWAP. And of course, in this case, the context was a little bit better with the SPY and Qs bouncing off previous day highs. So I ended up taking this trade for the 84% rule. Similar entry, similar stop as before, looking for continuation back towards the upside. Stop a break underneath. And now what I'm looking for is high of day plus the high that we created from a few days prior. Now we can play out the tape. And as you can see on Intel, this second reclaim ended up working out very nicely right up in towards our key levels. And this was a good example of using, of course, the higher time frames plus waiting for the flip intraday. So in this case, when we're looking for that VWAP reclaim, what was great about this trade, it was low risk. It didn't work out the first time, but the second time ended up working very nicely. And you can see the thesis ended up playing out very solid. And with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, appreciate if you guys drop a like and sub, and I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Peace.